Earthworm Jim, that's all hit a crawl. Earthworm Jim, a super far. Jim was just a darling and chewy lamp of worm flesh, but they came to a crash and gave him lots of power. Earthworm Jim, he's such a groovy guy. Earthworm Jim, he rockets through the sky. Cruising through the universe, having lots of fun. Here comes Earthworm Jim, you know that he's a mighty one. Look out! Space Screaming Muscles and he's really big again. Jim is still an Earthworm, but then he's the only one with a super suit to make him really super strong. Jim could be a winner if we only sing along. Alright, Earthworm Jim, we think he's finally fine. Earthworm Jim, a hero for a time. Earthworm, 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 Earthworm Jim. Hooray for Jim! Groovy! Earthworm Jim 2 is one of them games, it's a love it or hate it type. At first, when I first started to play this, it pissed me off to the point that I should have turned off the Saturn. Where I was swearing so much, I had not got so frustrated with a game like this for a long ass time. To the point that I should have really stopped playing. However, there was something about this that I had to keep on going back to. And once when I got into the rhythm, I started to see the game for what it was. And then I enjoyed playing the game for all its wacky humour. And then it did get a bit addictive after that. Earthworm Jim 2 is a run and gun slash side scroller platformer. The game does have an odd sense of humour what won't fit all players. The best way I can describe it is an oddly 90s comedy fun cartoonish feel to it. For example, like carrying a cow? It just comes out of nowhere. And the game did surprise me on more than one occasion with this type of thing. You play as Earthworm Jim. In short, his backstory was a super suit fell out of the sky and fell on an earthworm, then turned him super. There's nothing eccentric about that. It's all pretty standard everyday thing. For the campaign, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm going to have to revert to reading the back of the case. From the evil cat Sertress of the Scar to the planet Meat joins Jim on a mobcat chase across the galaxy. Oh, I think I get it. It's a chase to stop the bad cat raven thing. What the fuck does that mean? For the controls, they will take a bit of time to get used to, where it's more like skate controls on the Saturn version till I got used to it, where it seems very sensitive of the movement controls. Now I've got to say that this is a hard game that will stress you out at times, either on its easiest difficulty setting. There's one part on the first level that annoyed me was this granny chairlift. For me, this is the most annoying thing in the game. At first it didn't bother me and then it got me to throw the controller in a rage fit because of this granny keep saying FRESH! Oh, that's just like nails on a chalkboard for me. It's like someone designed that part of the game just to piss me off. There will be moments in the game what will make you swear a lot, and for that I'm going to give it a health warning here. This game will make you say fuck on more than one occasion, and if there's anyone in the same room with you, get them out because you're going to throw the controller at a certain part of the levels. You've got your standard gun and other different types of guns that you will come across throughout the levels. And a bubble gun? What seems to don't do anything? Maybe a little joke from the developers, I think. And on the other end of the spectrum, you can get a gun that destroys everything on screen. And you do get limited ammo, so there's always a counter in the bottom left-hand corner. Apart from the underground level where you use a standard gun to carve out your path, there are small light puzzle elements like get a pig and throw them down a slide so they can plug up the fish bowl. Or maybe a counterweight. The levels are along the line from going from point A to point B. Each level has their own atmosphere to it and their own unique twist to them. Some of these levels got me thinking, what the F is going on here? Best way that I can say that these levels are a bit all over the place. One minute you're running through the levels, the next you're in a digestive tract. By being this flying thing, it throws weird levels at you all the time, and that's what I enjoyed about this game. It was never a dull moment. Now we get onto the stages that I hated, was this flying jet level where you have to bounce this balloon to the end of the level without it getting destroyed. And when you get near to the end, there's these roadblocks that pushes the balloon back, and you take damage from these blocks as well. And this balloon takes all the fun out of the level. This could have been a really enjoyable and fun level, and it makes it unnecessarily difficult. Like the fucker who designed this balloon and put it in, it's like they just wanted to annoy the player. And there's this other level what's called Puppy Love. It's not my favourite level, but I would take this over that balloon level any day. The first time I've done it I was like, yeah, alright level, great theme to it, very catchy. The bounce of the puppies is a bit of a laugh with the music that sums it up. Just don't miss the puppies unless they go splat on the ground. And that pisses off the dog what mutates and beats the fuck out of Jim. Quite inventive, and wait until the bomb gets thrown and bounce it to the dog where the dog throws it back to the cat raven thing. Then it goes back to the normalish levels. Then after a couple of stages it happens again. Puppy Love Part 2! It increases the difficulty and it seems a bit longer as well. And this is where I started to get a bit tired of this type of stage now. Then when the third came around I was hitting my head with the controller. I just wanted it to end, it became tedious very fast. Puppy Love Part 1 was alright, Puppy Love Part 2 started to waver, Puppy Love Part 3, fucking hell. There is a code system for you to pick up where you left off. Yeah, there is a catch to this. You have to unlock the code in the level by collecting these items. For me, this was a downside of this. I'm not a fan of code systems, but also unlocking the code as well. I just hated this idea. I was impressed by the graphics and how good they still look. It's got the atmosphere to it of that cartoonish feel, especially on the characters and Jim himself. The gameplay animation is brilliant. They feel like that I am watching the animated TV series of their counterpart. The music in this is quite good and got into my head. I love the soundtrack. I like the variety of the soundtracks that this had, and if this had a soundtrack CD at the time I would have probably gotten it. Yeah, I did experience audio cutouts from time to time while playing this. For the cutscenes there's a cow what says well done.
Well done.
I don't know whether to be frightened by this or be amazed by it. Yeah, it did leave a print of that cow saying well done in my head. Don't know why, but this is the most memorable thing in the game for me. For how long the game is, I don't see it lasting longer than 2 hours. And that's once when you know what you're doing. A lot of the game is trial and error, and when you got this down, you can fly right through the game. So in the end, I struggled with the review score because this is a like it or hate it game. And for me, I think that I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. For me, this is an above average game. What came out at the time, when the game's good, it's outstanding. With all the levels that it's got to offer and the gameplay. Then you got levels like the Bloom one and Puppy Love 2 and 3 what brings the game down for me. However, I would only recommend Earthworm Jim 2 to players that are after a bit of a challenging game or a change of pace. So have you played it? What do you think of Earthworm Jim 2? Leave it in the comments below. Until next game, you guessed it, I'm fucking off. That instrument is really annoying. Then when the third came around, I was hitting my head with the controller. I just wanted it to be over. This level become tedious very fast, and how many times you're doing it as well. It's like, first time, alright. Second time, getting a bit tiresome. 3 times, oh my fucking days, just be over already. Yeah. You play as Earthworm Jim. In short, his backstory was a super suit fell out of the sky and fell on an earthworm and turned him super. There's nothing eccentric about that. It's all eccentric about that. It's all pretty standard everyday thing.